An ordinary cat performed an unbelievable feat, saving all the puppies of a neighborhood dog. But when her owners discovered the true reason behind her courage, they were left speechless. Lili was no ordinary cat. Her caramel-colored fur and brilliant green eyes made her impossible to ignore. Yet, it wasn't just her appearance that made her special. Lili possessed a maternal instinct that went far beyond typical feline behavior. The Silva family, Clara, Bruno, and their daughter Leah, took Lili in when she was just a tiny kitten. They found her shivering with cold and fear, huddled inside a cardboard box near a small market. Leah, a little girl of only 8, was immediately captivated by the small feline and begged her parents to adopt her. The first few weeks in her new home were difficult for Lili. She would hide under the bed, only coming out at night to look for food. Leah showed immense patience, spending hours on the floor near the bed, trying to win the kitten's trust. Little by little, Lili began to trust her new family. As Lili grew, her personality blossomed, revealing an extremely intelligent and curious cat. In no time, she had mastered the art of unlatching doors, flipping light switches, and even carrying Leah's school backpack every morning. Over time, Lili began to show a remarkable compassion for other creatures. On one occasion, when Leah came home with an injured bird, Lili immediately took on the role of caregiver. She spent hours beside the small cage that housed the bird, watching over it attentively and even trying to feed it. Thanks to Lili's care, the bird recovered and flew away. During an intense storm, a nest of newborn squirrels fell into the Silva's yard. Undaunted by the torrential rain, Lili dashed into the downpour and with great care carried each baby squirrel to the porch. She kept them warm and protected throughout the night until the rain stopped and their mother could return. Thus, Lili became a true neighborhood gem. Neighbors would visit the Silva's home to admire the exceptional cat, and children loved playing with her in a bond of mutual affection. One day, however, Clara noticed strange behavior in Lili. The cat would sit by the window, gazing melancholically at the horizon. Her appetite diminished, and she seemed downcast. Worried, the Silvas decided to take Lili to the vet, who soon discovered the reason. Lili was pregnant. The news unleashed a wave of emotions in the family. Leah was thrilled with the idea of kittens, while Clara worried about Lili's well-being, and Bruno began planning how to care for the new family members. The following week was filled with preparations for the kitten's arrival. Leah crafted a cozy nest using old bedding and cushions. Bruno gathered special nutrients for pregnant cats, and Clara carefully monitored Lili's health. Finally, the day of the birth arrived. In a corner of the shed, Lili gave birth without any human help. The family waited anxiously, hearing soft purrs coming from the shed. After a few hours, Lili appeared, staggering with exhaustion, but still with her natural grace. To everyone's astonishment, however, she brought no kittens with her. Bruno, peering carefully into the corner Lili had prepared, found 3 tiny, lifeless kittens. They had been stillborn. The vet, who was called immediately, explained that such occurrences were not uncommon, especially in young cats. Lili was inconsolable. She refused to leave the nest, licking and trying to warm her lifeless babies. The Silvas didn't know how to ease their beloved cat's sorrow. They tried to distract her with toys and treats, but Lili remained indifferent. A week passed, and Lili finally emerged from her hiding place, though without her usual energy. The family noticed she had become quiet and withdrawn, spending hours sitting motionless at the window, staring into the distance. Leah tried to engage her in games, but without success. Clara and Bruno grew increasingly distressed by Lily's condition and consulted the vet for solutions to help her through this dark time. Even Leah began talking to the cat, hoping to soothe the dejected feline. Everything changed on a scorching summer day. While playing in the yard, Leah heard a strange sound coming from the other side of the fence. As she got closer, she saw Lili carrying a tiny black puppy in her mouth, which was letting out a soft whimper. Surprised, Leah called her parents. In moments, the whole family gathered, speechless, as they watched Lili carefully place the puppy on the grass, nuzzling it as if it were her own kitten. The Silvas were perplexed about the puppy's origin and didn't know what to do. Bruno suggested taking it in, contacting the authorities, or sending it to an animal shelter. But Clara hesitated, seeing how lovingly Lili was caring for the puppy, and she didn't want to separate them. While the adults discussed, Leah went inside and brought back a basket and a soft blanket, gently settling the puppy inside. Lili immediately lay down beside the little one, showering it with affection. Moved by the scene, Clara and Bruno decided that, for now at least, the puppy would stay with them. In the following days, the Silva's house was filled with activity and expectation. They put up posters around the neighborhood about the found puppy, but no one came forward to claim it. Meanwhile, Lili continued to care for the little one with dedication. She licked it gently and cuddled up to it to keep it warm. Leah was amazed to see Lili begin to nurse the puppy, despite them being different species. Somehow, Lili's milk was suitable for it. The vet, consulted by the family, was also surprised by the unusual situation, noting that while rare, such a phenomenon was possible. Lili fed the puppy every 2 hours, even waking up in the middle of the night, demonstrating a genuine maternal instinct. On the third morning after the first puppy's appearance, Lili disappeared again. The Silvas didn't think much of it, assuming the cat had gone out for a stroll. However, when she returned, Lili was carrying another puppy in her mouth. This new one was slightly larger than the first, but had the same dark fur. Lili led it to the basket where the first puppy was, and with equal tenderness, began to care for it. The family was completely intrigued. Where was Lili getting these puppies, and why was she bringing them home? Bruno began to suspect that a neighborhood dog had recently had puppies and, for some reason, wasn't caring for them. Clara considered asking the neighbors if they knew of any litters, but before they could investigate further, Lili had already delivered a third puppy, followed by a fourth, and finally, a fifth. By the end of the week, the Silva's house had transformed into a veritable sanctuary for 5 small, dark-furred puppies, all under Lili's vigilant care. The cat showed an extraordinary ability to look after her unusual offspring. But despite her tireless efforts, Lili's milk wasn't enough to feed all the puppies. Realizing this limitation, Leah began to supplement the puppy's diet with a nutritious formula from a bottle. It was as if Lili understood the need for this extra support, waiting patiently while Leah fed each one. After every feeding, Lili would gently lick the puppies' faces, as if sealing the moment with her affection. News of how Lili was lovingly caring for the puppies spread quickly through the neighborhood. Some neighbors praised the cat, calling her a champion, while others remained suspicious. Mrs. Zilda, an elderly woman who lived across the street, claimed to have seen Lili prowling at night with a suspicious look and began spreading rumors that the cat was stealing puppies from stray dogs. In contrast, Mr. Ricardo, the owner of the local bakery, was enchanted by Lili and started bringing fresh bread to the Silvas, convinced that such an extraordinary family deserved a special treat. The neighborhood children also never missed a chance to visit the house to meet the unusual family, and Leah took great pride in telling the story of each puppy as if they were her siblings. However, not everything was perfect. Caring for 5 puppies and a cat soon became a challenge for the Silvas. The costs of food and vet visits increased, and the house was constantly messy. Bruno and Clara began to argue about what to do next, and tensions grew not only within the family, but throughout the neighborhood. Some neighbors even mentioned calling animal control, fearing that Lili might indeed be stealing other animals' young. Bruno began to feel they were constantly being watched from the yard, noticing neighbors whispering and pointing at their house. He even saw a man taking pictures of their home from his car. Clara, nearing her breaking point, loved Lili and the puppies, but the constant scrutiny and criticism from neighbors began to weigh on her, causing her to avoid leaving the house for fear of disapproving looks and the suffering she saw in Bruno. Determined to solve the mystery, Leah decided to investigate on her own where Lili was getting the puppies. She spent hours watching the cat from the window, hoping to follow her on her next outing. Meanwhile, Lili remained oblivious to the turmoil around her, caring for the puppies with all her love, playing with them, and demonstrating her feline instincts. It was impressive to see the puppies imitating Lili's movements, even trying to copy her gestures of cleaning themselves with a paw. One afternoon, when the tension had reached its peak, there was a knock at the Silva's door. When they opened it, they found a police officer accompanied by a few concerned neighbors, who said they had come to talk about Lili and the puppies. With their hearts pounding, the family welcomed them in, unsure how this unexpected visit would end, but determined to defend Lili and their extraordinary home to the very end. The officer went into the living room, where he found Lili resting in a large basket, surrounded by the 5 puppies. Even the officer, normally strict, showed surprise at the scene. He carefully examined Lili and the little ones, and asked the Silvas about their origin and the stories behind each rescue. At that exact moment, Leah, who had remained silent until then, stepped forward. She told them what she had observed, that Lili would often head towards an old abandoned house on the outskirts of town. Intrigued by the clue, the officer decided to investigate the location. Accompanied by Bruno, he went to the abandoned house, leaving Clara and Leah to care for Lili and the puppies. When they returned about an hour later, the faces of Bruno and the officer were marked with serious concern. They had found a stray dog, sick and debilitated, who had recently given birth. The mother was so weak and ill that she couldn't care for her pups. It was then that everything made sense. Lili, moved by her maternal instinct, wasn't stealing puppies. She was rescuing them from imminent danger. She was retrieving them one by one, understanding that it would be impossible to carry them all at once. The heroic story of Lili saving the orphaned puppies quickly spread throughout the city and touched everyone's hearts. The community's opinion of the Silva family and Lili changed completely, and soon everyone began to mobilize to help. The local veterinarian, with a generous heart, offered to treat the sick mother dog for free, while Lili continued to care for the puppies with extreme devotion. The Silvas watched in amazement at the loving way their beloved cat cared for the adopted pups. Lili's journey gained prominence online, receiving countless praises for her compassion and altruism. As the mother dog recovered and prepared to reunite with her puppies, everyone waited to see Lili's reaction. With surprising wisdom, the cat allowed the biological mother to approach and bond with her pups, while she took on the role of a loving guardian, remaining close to them most of the time. This story not only transformed the lives of Lili and the little ones, but also impacted the entire community. People began to treat each other with more kindness and to help their neighbors more frequently. The local animal shelter even reported a record number of cat adoptions. Lili became a symbol of how the instinct to care and love can arise in the most unexpected situations. Did you enjoy this story? Would you have let Lili keep the puppy? And would you have defended the cat against the neighbor's accusations? Leave your opinion in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and give us a like. In the most difficult moments, kindness and love can perform true miracles. Thank you so much for joining us, and have an excellent day.